there, welcome back to my channel. I am so glad to be doing this video because quite frankly, I needed some joy in today because the last two sharings of the videos, although definitely wanted to get them out, definitely wanted to talk about it, definitely wanted to share, they were really hard ones to share. And if you haven't had an opportunity to get some of the details and updates of those last two videos, and if you're interested, I did a reflection and remembrance for our MTV and BET host extraordinaire, Miss Ananda Lewis, who we have heard that sadly passed away. And I just had an opportunity to just kind of reflect on her and her work and just who she was and her beautiful spirit and what she brought to us and our lives. And then also a shocking story in regards to rapper Salento, the whole watch me whipping nay nay. Yeah, that one. He apparently had gotten sentenced to 30 years for unaliving his cousin. So definitely, if you haven't had an opportunity to check those two videos out, go ahead and check them out on here on the platform. Leave your thoughts in the comment section as well. I'd love to know what you're thinking and what you're feeling about both of those stories, actually, as tragic as they both are. So, but we are now shifting gears into what I feel is a more hopeful situation, and that is of Jhud and Common. Now, I know there's a bit of mixed, I think, bag on these two, and I think it may particularly be more because of Common's seemingly unwilling to commit in a way of marital bliss. But it seems like there's a lot of talk going around with these two in this area, and I don't see him running away. And matter of fact, I think they've been together for at least a good couple of years now, if not longer. And whether or not his track record has been that long of time in relationships, I would definitely say she probably, hits that mark for him. I don't know of too many relationships that he had been in for longer than a year at this point. So, it's quite interesting that this keeps buzzing around. Now, of course, everybody likes to check everybody's womb at the time with celebrities when they, they're having babies. They want to know when the next one's coming. And then, of course, when a relationship gets together, everyone wants to know when you're getting married. And, just got to cool our jets on that, right? We just got to let them do what they do because they're people just like us. Even though it can be quite interesting to see how, pairings get together, and sometimes it's very surprising. And this coupling here was a surprise to me up until a moment, though, actually, because, when I got to thinking about it, I said, this might be a relationship that actually may work. And the reason why I said that is because I feel like, Jhud and Common have a lot in common, right? No pun intended. That one, they're in music industry, which is obvious. Also, two, they're both from Chicago. I mean, born and raised, very much connected to the city. And so that was a really good way of connecting and relatability. Also, Jhud, she has a child and from a previous relationship, matter of fact, a previous fiance who they did not make it to marriage, but they were together in a long-term relationship, had a beautiful son. And then Common also has a beautiful daughter who stays pretty much out of the limelight for the most part. So at this point, I'm looking at their ages and looking like they both have children. So there isn't a excessive need for either part, I think, to have more children per se, and really not even so much of a need or feeling to maybe even get married at that point. So I thought these two actually could probably work. And voila, it seems to be happening. So, in the spirit of the fact that I love as much as I do, I really thought this was a treat of a story. And, it's from OK Magazine. So let's say, hopefully it does turn out to be about something. But, we won't know. Time will tell. But it's fun to, I don't know, speculate sometimes. But with that, let's go ahead and get into the sharing about this news. And in fact, maybe we can answer the question for ourselves. Our, wedding bells are ringing. So with that, as I shared, this sharing is coming to us by way of OK Magazine. And it shares... Jennifer Hudson and Common have been talking openly about marriage for a while, something they both seem to want. Do we hear wedding bells? Well, Jennifer Hudson, 43, and Common, 53, have been dating since 2022, and they're thinking about heading down the aisle. Now, according to an insider, the couple has started the initial phase of discussing their wedding plans and what they expect out of the momentous event. Now, Jennifer Hudson, 100%, is ready to marry Common. They've been talking openly about it for a while, and for the past year, it's been Common dropping hints and her encouraging it, the insider dished to a news outlet in June. It's something they both seem to want, but Common has to be the one to take charge to do the asking. Well, of course, the source continued. And he finally seems to be ready. As for Hudson, the confidence suggested that she's 100% ready to say yes and marry him, adding she adores him and they're a great match. Both Jennifer Hudson and Common have never been married. They just took a trip to San Francisco and had the best time, the insider added. She was giddy, getting ready for it, picking out the perfect outfits and all of that. A lot of people were expecting that he might propose during the trip, and it didn't happen. See, this is what we got to worry about. Stop with expectations, right? Because that way you're not disappointed when it doesn't work out the way you think it should. Now, though Common hasn't proposed to the songstress just yet, the source said he's dropped enough hints to make everyone sure it's going to happen soon. Now, of course, he's never been married, so it is a very big step for him, the insider noted. And for Jennifer, too. She's been engaged but never married. It's new territory for them both. Now, Common gushes about beautiful relationship with Jennifer Hudson. Though they've kept details about their romance out of the public eye for the majority of their relationship, Common has spilled to the Breakfast Club in July of 2024 that he and Hudson are in a beautiful relationship, adding, if I'm going to get married, it's to her. Now, despite the most private parts of their relationship being kept between them, Hudson and Common shared a rare glimpse into their date nights when they sat courtside at the New York Knicks versus Golden State Warriors NBA game in March. Despite anticipating an easygoing evening, the Dream Girl star was hit in the face with a basketball when Knicks player Miles McBride attempted to retrieve a pass. I do remember a little bit of that. Now, Common instantly threw his arms around his girlfriend to protect her. Though Hudson shook her head in disbelief, she handled the moment with grace. So what else was she supposed to do? She was probably in complete shock. This flying object coming right at her. But yeah, so I'm here for it. What do you guys think? Like I said, I know it's a bit of a mixed bag when it comes to these two. You know, a lot of people just don't feel like he's the marrying kind. And, you know, sometimes it just really just sums up to the point that, yes, you can be the marrying kind to the right kind, you know, and it doesn't mean that whoever you didn't choose to go down that aisle with was anything wrong with them. It just maybe it wasn't a fit. Maybe it wasn't right timing. Maybe things just didn't gel. Maybe the other person really isn't interested. There's so many reasons, right? We all know that this is how it is. This is nothing new. And one thing I do love about the situation, though, is they're two very accomplished individuals on their own. And I think that's really also important because in a lot of times in marriages, unfortunately, that is, you know, people find themselves losing themselves, tending to lose themselves in that marriage. And it's usually the woman. And, you know, so to see her doing what she does, you know, with obviously her incredible catalog of music and her celebrityism, you know, she is that girl. And now her wonderful talk show that continues to get renewed each year, which is just a pleasant thing to watch. You know, mind you, if you haven't gotten a chance to peek it out, you know, the fun tunnels that happen with the guests coming in. I mean, it's just always good vibes, warm vibes when it comes to J Hunt. So I really do appreciate what she brings to the table, as they say, and what she shares with the world. And Common, you know, Common's that guy. I mean, he's been around for a long time. You know, we love him. He's a rapper. We were all fully familiar with him. You know, he also acts. So does she, by the way. So there's a lot of commonalities there. He's very impressed with her credentials, and he's shared that. And he's been on a show at least a couple of times, if not maybe more. So you know, they seem to light up with each other, and I think that's what's so important, that they're doing things on their own terms, in their own way, and hopefully with no pressure from anyone. You know, even with people being excited about the situation, sometimes that could be a little bit, you know, knee jerking, and give the person the moment that they need to do what they need to do. We don't know what he may be doing, how he may want to do it, but I'm sure it will be all over the place when he does finally pop that question. It may be something just as intimate as can be, or it could be just a splashy, but I think with these two, it's probably going to be a kind of an intimate situation. I just don't think that we're going to see a lot or hear a lot right away. And maybe, who knows, maybe she'll announce it on her show. I'll definitely be watching, I'm sure. when that time does come, because I just love and I love happiness. I love people to be able to move forward in their life, making the decisions that they choose to make, what is right for them and their situation. And I think it's just great. And by the way, I don't know if you caught the BET yeah, the BET Awards was June 9th. Oh my gosh, such a great star-studded show. They are back, I hope for good. It was touch and go those last couple of seasons, or years, or whatever you want to call it. And just to see everybody show up and show out was so wonderful. There were so many people honored on that show. And J. Hud did a beautiful rendition of musical talent that she shared in the what was considered the Ultimate Icon Award that was awarded to Jamie Foxx. There was actually 4 of them awarded that night. One for Mariah Carey as well. Let's see, we had Jamie Foxx with his very moving speech. We had Kirk Franklin, and there was one other individual that also received, and I hate that it's slipping my mind. But maybe if you remember and you watched, drop it down below. But yeah, I believe it was 4 winners. Yeah, Mariah Carey, Jamie Foxx, Kirk Franklin, and rapper Snoop Dogg. So yeah, I mean, it was just a really beautiful night with so much music, so much fun. And the winners of that night was not just the people there, not just the recipient of the awards, but we the viewers were the winners as well. So yeah, and J. Hud, I mean, she really just showcased some vocals, and I mean, it was just a touching, moving tribute. There was lots of tributes that were given because we have lost so many iconic individuals this year, and it's just been such a hard thing to kind of just working through those emotions, because a lot of these individuals were so pertinent in our soundtrack of our life, and that is the music that has carried us through our hard times and through our good times, our happy times, and where where you were, what you were doing at the time that you heard something that one of those beautiful artists had shared with us. So yeah, it was just a beautiful night with good looking people doing good looking things. And so yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. Matter of fact, this weekend I didn't get a chance to see the whole entire show because it is a long one, so it's one of those marathon things, which I actually love because it was a fun time. So what I was able to see, I really thoroughly enjoyed. So I even called my mom and said, hey, look, we want to get together this weekend, let's go ahead and watch it all the way through. She heard it was lit too, so we're gonna have a mother-daughter time, and I'm excited for that. And yeah, we're just gonna enjoy some good music and some nostalgia and all that was the BET Music Awards. And again, to be able to see J. Hud perform too was really nice as well. So I'd love to know your thoughts about this relationship here. What do you think? Do you think Common is about ready to hit that, that ring thing and do what he needs to do and drop that knee and get to asking that beautiful lady that anticipated question, I guess, for many? Or do you think he's gonna, kind of just keep it cool and keep us, keep us under suspense, which I think is great too, because a marriage is only a prize when the right people are together. Otherwise, it's a nightmare. So, and they both been in previous relationships as well, and we know that J. Hud was in a long relationship with her fiance, and that didn't work out. So, it's so important to just more or less than getting the question and doing the thing, doing the thing with the right person is really how it is. And that's where it's at. And that's really where the flex is. So with that, I thank you so much for being here with me today. And yeah, I hope that this cheered you up a little bit as well. Like I said, the other 2 videos, although important ones to share, they were very, very hard and difficult in the sense of just how sad and just the melancholy of it all. And so just have something to kind of end the day, if you will, with the uploads in more of a, I don't know, hopeful way, I think was it was in order. So yeah, definitely I will be back again. So make sure that you have your notification bells on, because I'll be back tomorrow with some more videos, some more stories, things to talk about, and definitely want to know your thoughts, because I love to share mine. And of course, if you are new here, I hope that you hit the subscribe button, be part of the family. I would so love to have you as part of this journey. I thank you all for the ones who are already part of the family. I always appreciate your viewing and listening support. It means the world to me, and I thank you so much to you all for that. And yeah, I hope that you are taking care of yourself, doing what you need to do to take moments of peace and joy that you can. Grab it wherever you can. It's so much needed in the prime and essence of what we're dealing with today and have been for the last few months, and it seems to continue, and unfortunately dealing with, and I'm waiting for that to end. So yeah, with that being said, keeping it on the positive, congratulations maybe for these two. But hey, congratulations just to being able to stick in the relationship, right? And not letting anybody tear it apart. I think, hopefully we are past those days. Oh my gosh, because everybody deserves love. And, I think rather than tearing down love, you should be finding it, sharing it, giving it, and, being it. So, but with that, I thank you again so much. I'm going to bid you adieu. You take care, you be blessed, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.